Hey, what's happening, guys? It's Sanjoku. We're going to start taking a look at that Raiders-Jets game this weekend. It's not going to be an easy game. I said before we needed to win one of these next two games, and I really hope it's this one because the Chiefs are going to be really, really tough. But the Jets are not a team that we can look past at all. There's a lot going for this team right now. They're on a two-game win streak. They're playing really strong. They're trying to salvage a little bit of a season so people don't lose their jobs. And they're at home in front of their home crowd. And they're going to be playing hard as shit this game. So we're going to have to bring everything that we have to win this game. I know the nation is pretty 50-50 split as far as who's going to win this game. A lot of people are out there saying, well, it's a West Coast team traveling to the East Coast, and it's an early day game. I'm not worried about that at all. If there's one thing this team knows how to do and knows how to do well, it's travel. It might be the best team in the NFL as far as travel goes. Our opening schedule was crazy, but it makes games like this not that big of a difference. The one thing I am worried about that not a lot of people are talking about that's pretty damn shocking to me, on Sunday in New York, it's supposed to be like 45 degrees and raining like hell. That's going to be a major, major factor in this game. Turnovers are going to be a major factor in this game. It's going to be raining there on Sunday. It's going to be cold. And you think, well, we could just run the ball down their throat. The Jets have the number one rushing defense in football right now, in yards per attempt and yards per game. So Jacobs is going to have to do some work out there. I'm truly hoping that we can just stay healthy through this game. You see a lot of random injuries when it's out there raining. Everything gets wet and real slick. It's going to be a hard game for us because if it comes down to Carr throwing in the rain, I still think he can do it. I don't have any doubts about that. I think he has a better shot at it than Darnold, who's been running for his life this entire season. But they have some key injuries that's really going to free some stuff up for us. So I think we got this game. I know I say it for every team we play, but I really think we're looking good for this. We have to be 7-4 when we go into Kansas City. It's all everybody's talking about is how these two teams will be playing for the division. And I know it's really cool to think about that, but unless we get to 7-4, that shit does not matter. And if we drop both these games, it's going to make it such an uphill battle for us. I'm not going to say that we'll be out of it at that point, but it's going to come down to where we're counting on other teams to lose to bump us up instead of controlling our own fate. And that is not the situation you want to be in. Gruden seems like he has these guys pretty ready. So I'm really excited about it. And I forget the Jets defensive coordinator, but Gruden's played against him a lot throughout the years for different teams. And he has owned him, completely owned him. So even if it is raining, I really think we're going to be able to move the ball. I think our defense is going to have to really make another big step up this game because this is not going to be a high-scoring game. I think if it was dry conditions and everything was looking good, I really think this would be the game where we would blow somebody out. But that weather is going to be such a huge factor in this game. But like I said, they have some problems going on right now. But we're just going to run through their lineup real quick, and we'll get to those. Sam Darnold, since he's been healthy, has been playing a hell of a lot better. I had no idea that mono could knock you out for such a long time. But this team really seems to be clicking, and they have a lot of weapons going for them on the offensive side of the ball. But, everybody's going to be slowed down a step, so we're going to have to see how that goes. But don't sleep on Darnold. He has 6 touchdowns in the past 2 games. And he's just now starting to get to where he's getting comfortable and he's fully healthy and he's starting to air the ball out to all these other dudes. And when they do run the ball, they got Le'Veon. And I know he's not having the best year, but a lot of that's because Darnold wasn't there throwing for him, taking some pressure off of him. Bell's going to be a huge, huge factor in this game. We need to keep a close eye on him. We need to key the run in this game. But when you do key the run, it's going to leave our corners out there. Robbie Anderson, I understand he's not the best receiver in football, but this dude is a major, major deep threat. A major deep threat. Crowder can go deep on you too. And then it looks like Demaryius Thomas is going to be healthy to play this game. So I'm pretty sure you'll see Crowder in the slot and you'll see Thomas on the outside. Thomas has done some work to Oakland in the past. I don't think he has the weapons to do it right now. I don't even know if he has the ability to do it right now. But I mean, their offense is there. Their tight ends, Ryan Griffin and Daniel Brown, both these dudes have stepped up this season. And you know we struggle against the tight ends. We just do. Preston's not going to make a difference in that. So we need to watch out for these tight ends. Hopefully, unlike the other teams we played, these tight ends aren't huge, like just gigantic. So hopefully we can hang with these dudes. Their offensive line is completely beat up right now. These three dudes, their starting tackle, their starting guard, and their starting other tackle, they're all questionable for this game. Two of them haven't been practicing at all. You know how we feed on broken down offensive lines because our defensive line is healthy. And I could see Mad Max having another huge game this week. Their pass protection this season as a whole has completely sucked. I think Farrell's going to end up getting in there. I think you're going to see a really, really big game out of our defensive line once again. You're going to have a whole bunch of hype behind them. But if this offensive line is beat up or does not play, that's going to be massive in this game because it's going to slow down their run block as well, which should be able to free us up to where if we can just think of this game's going to be like 17-13, somewhere right in there. It's not going to be a high-scoring game. So if we can get them off the field, that's going to be a huge difference maker for us. On the defensive side, C.J. Mosley, they're saying might be done for the year. That is a huge loss for them. Just a truly huge loss. I mean, that is their middle linebacker. That's us losing Vontaze. That shit makes a big, big difference. He is the captain. He makes their calls out there. And then they have Jamal Adams. This dude is probably the defensive player of the year right now. He's insane. And they line him up everywhere. He's been on the line. He's been playing linebacker. He's playing a safety spot. This dude covers the field end to end. He is the real fucking deal. And we need to figure out a way to, not even to contain him, but just slow him down. Their defensive line is pretty damn good. Their defense is sneaky good, and they get a ton of pressure. And I'll tell you, in a rainy game like this, Carr starts getting sacked 4 or 5 times, which, I mean, he's been hit a good bit these past 2 games. Eventually, that's going to start getting into his head. I truly hope it doesn't, but I do not want to start seeing him get the real fast feet and then just dinking it off real fast. So our offensive line, and they played shitty last week. There is no one that could tell me any different. Our offensive line is the reason that game was close last week. And I think one was a wake-up call for him, and 2, it really pissed them off. I'm really expecting a big game out of our offensive line. It's going to be a struggle, and I hope we stay healthy. But I'm pretty sure that we have this win. Let me know what you guys think. Leave it in the comments section because I truly think we need to play Kansas City at 7-4. Let's go ahead and take a look at this injury report real quick. Trent Brown's out there. He's been out there. David Sharp's not playing, so Trent Brown's going to end up playing, but that's really going to hurt our depth. If either one of our tackles go down, that's Brandon Parker coming in there. And he's played pretty solid for us, but I do not want to see him starting in this game, especially if it's a rainy game. Hudson's back out there. I mean, he's still limited the whole time. They're just resting him, just making sure he's healthy going forwards. Jacobs, they're not going to chance anything happen to our rookie of the year at a practice. So he's just going through, learning the system, learning what they're going to end up playing this week, learning the scheme. Lamarcus Joyner, they said that Gruden said he was back on the field, but this has him do not participate both days. I don't know if we're going to see him or not. I think you're going to see another big dose of DJ out there with Riley covering that nickel spot. But I'm really hoping Joyner plays. I mean, he is a captain out there. So hopefully he can get back. He might be real limited, but if he's back on the field, I'll be really, really happy to see that. Sharp's not playing. They've already said that. So that is what it is. A lot of their dudes are limited or full participants. I know that their injury report, I mean, it's massive. But a lot of these dudes are just resting to get ready for this game. But their safety, Farley, he's their backup safety. He plays that nickel spot for them when they have to. He's probably not playing in this game. That's going to be big for us. Mosley, like I said, is pretty much out for the season. So it sucks for him. don't truly hate the Jets or anything. You always hate to see a dude go out for the year. It's like watching Abrams go out. It just totally sucks. Roberts is their starting cornerback. He's not playing at all. They said it's pretty much a 50-50 shot for him. If he does not play, that's going to be absolutely fabulous for the Oakland Raiders. That's going to be a big, big difference maker in this game. Because if you got a second or third string corner trying to cover any one of our receivers, honestly, and they know which way they're going in the rain and the cornerback doesn't, they're going to have the step. So if Carr can stay on his feet this game, we should be able to light him up even though it's raining out there. And then their other line, that's their backup middle linebacker. He's questionable and he's not practicing either. So they're going to be shuffling around a lot of pieces in this defense this week. It's pretty much going to force Jamal Adams to kind of not really stay in his spot, but they're not going to be able to move him around as much this game. But shit, they're still going to do it. I mean, he's still going to be bouncing around, but they're not going to be doing it like they've done the past 2 games to where he's lining up in a different spot on every single play. They're going to have to keep him back to try to contain some of this coverage. And then the last thing I just want to talk about real quick, the Colts are playing the Texans. There's only a minute 48 left. Pretty sure, I mean, Houston has this game, I'm pretty sure. But this was a big, big game because no matter what happens in this game, we're jumping back into that playoff spot. So I don't care who wins. Somebody win this game. That's pretty much what I had for you guys tonight. I mean, we'll keep going forward with the Jets, getting more in depth with it, but I just wanted to take that opening look and make sure that you guys knew about the weather and all that stuff going forward and the key injuries. Let me know what you guys think. We need this game. I mean, we need it. The travel won't be an issue. The weather is going to be an issue. We have to be able to finish this game out. And Carr's going to have to step up. Nobody's going to have a huge... If anybody has a huge game, it's going to be Josh Jacobs because he busts some big-ass run or something like that. But I don't see either one of these quarterbacks really going off. I think this is going to be just a real in-the-trenches kind of game, pounding it back and forth. And then whoever gets the key turnovers, because balls are going to come spitting out in this game. There's going to be a few picks this game. Really hoping Carr can protect the ball and the picks come on their end. And I think the defense, if we can get a defensive turnover in this game, or a defensive touchdown in this game, that's going to be huge for us. Truly, truly huge. Or a big turnover where we just get some excellent field position where we can go ahead and just put the nail in the coffin at some point in this game and then just be able to grind it out. I'm thinking we got this one. I'm thinking we get to 7-4. We head into Kansas City and we play for this division. Because even if we lose that Kansas City game, they go to New England the week after. I think we go to we go home to the Texans, or we go home to the Titans or the Jags, one of those 2 teams. So we should be able to win ours. I do not see Kansas City getting through New England right now with the way Kansas City's been playing real hit or miss, especially in New England. So Raider Nation, let me know what you think. I'm really pumped up right now. I know this is a big game, but I have a really good feeling that I'm going to be sitting here Sunday afternoon telling you guys how happy I am that we're going to be fighting for this spot, because I've been waiting for this Kansas City game for a long time, and the fact that we're going at it with winning records, both fighting for our spot in the playoffs, I can't tell you guys how happy that shit makes me. But until our next video, we'll be back in a day or 2. Keep talking about the Raiders. I'm Sun Joku. I really appreciate everybody that watches this. We will see you guys next time.